Good evening, all. I welcome you all in our Samvad live session. And I am super elated to introduce our guest of today, Mr. Shrikant PV from Hyderabad, who is one of a free bird. And he was successful in freeing himself from the medications related to diabetes with the help of FFD. So before inviting him, first of all, I would like to thank you, Mr. Shrikant, for joining us, for preparing yourself to share your story with all our viewers. Because I'm quite hopeful that this will definitely inspire many of our viewers who might be struggling with the same issues as you had been in your past. So before going ahead, I would like to
thank you for inviting me.
You're most welcome. So before I go ahead, I would like to share a small presentation regarding Mr. Shrikant. So give me a moment. Okay, so this is Mr. Shrikant. He's 44 years old from Hyderabad. By profession, he's working in human resources with Novartis. He was diabetic since 2016, and he joined FFT in the month of January 2021. And in a span of a month, he was free from his diabetic medications under the supervision of all the experts he was assigned to. He was successful in clearing his GTT in November 2021 last year. So before he joined FFG, his HbA1c was 7, which came down to 5. So his recent HbA1c levels are close to 5. And the weight part also, he was successful in his weight reduction. And from 85 kgs, he has dropped down to 73 kgs. So these are his key achievements after joining FFD. Secondly, these are his pics before he joined FFD. You can see his nice inflated belly, so which he could manage to reduce and become more fitter version of himself with his daughter, very pretty daughter. And so I think I should stop presenting. And now over to you, Mr. Shrikant.
So firstly, thank you, Dr. Nanda, for inviting me. And I'm very happy to share my experience and my journey with all the viewers and make this a very real conversation. So I think, as you mentioned, I had a genetic predisposition towards diabetes. My mother is diabetic. But I was surprised because given my lifestyle choices, I got diabetes at a fairly young age, before 40 years. And I think the first thing that when you're confronted with this fact, you typically go through the process of denial and, but I think and then later you of course start accepting it, and then it becomes a part of your lifestyle. What I recognized is that the system is really designed to manage diabetes. So first time you go to a diabetologist, he starts giving you medication around how you manage diabetes, right? So the system is really designed to manage, but not to reverse diabetes. And that is something that I lived through 5 years. And as a lot of us know, it's a progressive disease. Right. So from diabetes, it started going on to BP. Then I started having a lot of acid reflux, a lot of vomitings. So, this was something I lived through 5 years. And on a personal note, I really felt that, okay, deep down within me, I was not feeling very good at all. Right. So I lived through 5 years, of a sort of a gradual slide in my health parameters. And I've had many failed starts. So, it's not to say that, I didn't recognize it, but although I recognized it, I had many failed starts. So I went to the gym, I had sporadic spurts where I said, okay, I have to do something about it. But, and after a period of time, my work pressures and other aspects, got the better of me. And then again, I would, slide back, so to speak. So I think there comes a point of time where you really have to confront the truth, and face the facts. And for me, I think the lockdown that we had, sort of really, due to the COVID, I think, it came as a blessing in disguise for me. And it's very important that you start something small. I want to reiterate the importance of starting small. So in my case, I took it upon me as a challenge that, I would start walking 10,000 steps a day. And this was much before I actually joined FFD. So, this very simple discipline of committing yourself to one activity, sort of almost lays the foundation, so to speak. So, then of course I was introduced to FFD by my uncle, who is also a past participant. And I was mentally ready for it. There were no second thoughts. I was fully committed to what the program would bring to me. And then, of course, upon joining the program, and then, I've had really the benefits of what this program had to offer. So I think, I think that was sort of my journey before I, joined the FFP. And I did want to share that with the viewers that, okay, it's important for all of us to recognize this and be willing to do something about it, and I think that was probably a very important moment for me. So, and to all the people who decide to do something about it, I think they're already winners in that sense, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah. So, of course, like you said that before joining FFT, so these were your concerns, and you got this insight that, it is the right time for you to, join some good health, health program, whatever, like the tons of health programs that are running in India. So, after joining FFD, what was the clarity that came to you, basis related to your lifestyle that you were leading before you joined FFD? And there are some kind of misconceptions that we live with, right? But after coming in this program, because we work with a very particular methodology, so everything that we are teaching you step by step in different phases, they are logical, they're scientifically correlated, right?
Yes.
Not like we're doing for the sake of doing. There is some reason behind it, a thought behind it. So, what is your take on that? Like how this program, like you can say in a very mannered fashion, helped you in giving you a better understanding about different factors which are associated with your, this disorder that you contracted, and how it helped you in, overcoming and transforming yourself into a fitter you.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
So I think firstly, it's we have we grow up in a certain environment, and we have our own understanding of what good looks like. Mm-hmm. So firstly, I think there is a process of unlearning, and there is a process of creating new connections in your mind. So I think it's what you do an activity based on how you make connections in your mind. So and so for me, I think that process of understanding the importance of diet, as an example.
Correct.
And how diet plays a very important role. Now, this is something we know. All of us know that diet is very important. But I think the finer nuances of what you eat, how you eat, the importance of macronutrients, micronutrients, the importance of having a balanced portion. I think those are the smaller things which I think you get to understand from this program. So that was a huge, I would say, sort of an unlearning and a new learning for me. The other element I would probably also talk about is the concept of total well-being, right? Because so while you come in to reverse your diabetes, I think we have to appreciate that we are a complex system. It's a complex system, a connected system. So, we need a total balance of physical, mental, and emotional well-being. So that's how I think this program has been positioned. And I think, I, as an individual, have also come to appreciate that, a lot more. through this program that, okay, there is a role of diet, there is a role of exercise. What in exercise, are you, of course, you have to look at what is your preference, but I think, around that, what is the importance of cardio, what's the importance of strength training, flexibility. Then you talk about the importance of sleep, so these are the finer nuances that actually, I think, you really, walk away a lot with a lot of tools, I would say. And the good part of it is that, it's like you live with this disease for 5 years, and in the first 1 month itself, you can experience the transformation, right? So it's not something that you take a long time, and our body is, I would say, very adaptable to kind of, to have a self-healing mechanism. So, even after so many years, you give it some time and your body has a great ability to self-heal, and in 1 month, you can see the impact of, making minor changes. So to me, I think, the whole concept of making small changes, but having a big impact, I think is very, very visible.
Very true. I would like to add a few things here regarding Dr. Pramod Tripathi. So though he is a doctor by profession, but he has also done his master's in business administration from a very renowned institute. So he has also lived the life of a medico, and he has also lived the life of a corporate person, right? So yes. He very well understand, like he was very prepared about what future is all about. Okay. And he could connect with how our current lifestyle is. Like if I correlate your work culture, the culture, your work professionally, okay, you're into corporate sector. So we know we have a certain limitations. We are more restricted to, the working hours that we are into. We have to adjust our eatings. Our physical activity is somehow hampered because we are overworking at times. And of course, this pandemic has also stuck very badly to it's in the entire world. So what I see that Dr. Tripathi he's been successful. As I say, we all say that he's a pioneer. He's the first doctor who went beyond the treatment of diabetes. He was curing you all. He went, okay, if you're prescribing any medication, what is to be done next? So he brought the introduction of how to follow up lifestyle modifications. If you will not do that, your medication part will keep on increasing. And that is what exactly is happening. Your doctors will end up giving you more and more and more medications. And the least focus will be given on what are you eating, what are you physically, doing. That is more important. And eventually a person will land up into exhausting his pancreas. And by the end of the time, when they are close to their 60s, 70s, they all are on insulin. Okay. So this is what the journey is all about. But if you are, this comes from your inner self also. As you say, your willingness. When you commit to yourself that you will live a very disciplined life. And Dr. Tripathi has redefined the definition of what a balanced diet is all about.
Correct.
The balanced diet, which we have learned, like in our, day-to-day, whatever, in different health organizations, they come up with their own this thing. Me being a doctor, we also used to read a lot in, a PSM subject. But for diabetics, a person who has contracted disorder, the definition has to be modified. And Dr. Tripathi, he redefined what a balanced diet is all about for the participants or for the patients who are struggling with health issue. Okay. So one is this part. The second part is regarding the physical activity. As we all know that, with diabetes, they are majorly the patients who are type 2. Okay. And 80% is the diet. Okay. For the people who are generally obese. So this is a package which we see, it comes along with all the participants who are having type 2 diabetes. I'm not addressing the type 1 here. So in that, 80% is your diet, which contributes in your weight reduction. And the sculpting of your body, contouring, shaping up your body, that is your 20% physical exercise. So this is also, taught you step by step. Like in the initial phases, you have to focus more on your diet. In the later phases, you have to focus more on your physical activity. And thereafter, you also have to work on your mental well-being, because you all are working professionals. We all are working professionals. We are going through a lot of stress subconsciously. And in fact, irrespective of how healthy diet we are taking, how healthy we are physically, in matter of physical exercise, there is some issues which are related to stress also. So the sugar levels do tend to, be erratic or variate with your stress also. So that part is also taught to you. So I think you have given a very good kind of definition of how the, whole balanced the way we balance structure, like how balance we have to do regarding what we eat, what we exercise, and how we also kind of exercise our brain also, you can say exercising and also silencing it at times, because that is also very important. Great. Anything else that you would like to share with all of us? And any other breakthrough changes in your life? Like, say, for example, the insight, I understand that you're free from medications, you have cleared your GTT, you're a winner. But apart from the outlooks, like how do you feel? How are the people surrounding your family members? How are they feeling, seeing a big change in you?
Yeah. So I think, clearly, I think there are benefits, which are very visible. You feel better from inside. And I think, it's like freedom from within, right? So you feel, full of life. The energy from within, is the energy that you portray outside.
Right.
So I think, that is very clear. I think what also this program, and for me personally, what, you take on a sort of a challenge that, is not considered, normal, in a sense that people don't feel that, okay, you can get out of diabetes. People say the first reaction would be, well, that's not possible, right? So, I think what happens through this journey is a mental discipline. Okay, and it takes a lot of mental discipline to stay to a proper diet, and you can, of course, have your favorite food from time to time. But I think largely 95%, 90% you're sticking to a diet which becomes part of your lifestyle, and you start enjoying it, right? So I start enjoying my salads. I enjoy, having a bowl of fruits. So things that, you're sort of modifying your lifestyle for the better, I would say. And of course, I think there is also the benefit of having, a mental resilience that personally for me, I can extend to other areas also. So, if you're cultivating a strong mind, then, that can transfer itself to a next challenge, which is completely not related to the subject. And that is exactly what I have personally felt, that, okay, starting this year, that, okay, I want to take up another challenge, which is in my own personal domain and space. Yes. Of learning. So I have a curiosity to learn. Mm-hmm. And I felt like, okay, this is something which was a part of me for many years, which I have not done. But now that I have cleared GTT, so let me take up one more challenge, and so that is how I think about it.
Yeah. So I think we had discussed, even I say that it is called refilling yourself. Once you achieve something that you had set up, any goal, you have achieved it, then you have to again auto-motivate and again refill something new. And then again, you have to start that circle again. But that vicious circle that you are starting again, there should be an upgradation of your action plans. It should not be the same action plans you are, targeting as your goal. Maybe it's related to your HbA1c GTT, of course. Every year, that should be the target of all the free birds that always target their GTT, because this gives them a reality check what exactly they are doing. And of course, we do kind of distracted, deviated. There are certain kind of, unforeseen life events also we all come across, so that we ignore. We have to adapt to that. But basis that, the main focus should be, should never deviate from that. And so I think discipline is also very important, and sustaining what you have already achieved. That is also very important. And that can only be possible if you are faithful to your own self, and you have to build up that relationship. And that exactly is what you are taught in FFD as well. So
absolutely, I agree with you. And my family has also started enjoying it, right? So you can't do it in a vacuum. So it's not like, okay, there is a food for the family and there's a food for you. So it doesn't happen. So I think the family comes together to support, and, it's a complete lifestyle modification. But for the better, I'm completely enjoying, this lifestyle change for the better. And, my entire family, and all of us, we enjoy that. So clearly my goal is to be able to sustain, the process of being non-diabetic for life. You don't want to go back to that, once you experience what this is. So, and of course, I think the minor milestones are to be, achieving GTT every year, and having a HbA1c which is in the non-diabetic range, for sure.
Lovely, lovely. I am so glad that you are here with us, and you shared a very good piece of, you can say some nice these pointers which can definitely help all of people, especially the one who are from the corporate sector. And I'm sure that this will persuade many of our, viewers. And thank you so much for being there with us, Mr. Shrikant. All the best for your journey. And next time, I would like to see some more new enhancements in your. We will be in touch. The follow-up tests and appointments will keep on, happening. I think on regular fashion. So we will connect later. Okay. So good luck and take care of yourself. My best wishes to you.
Thank you, Dr. Nanda, and thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.
Bye.